Fear of failure is good. Fear of failure will keep you up at night, planning and rehearsing and going over contingencies. Fear of failure will keep you training hard.
What's up, guys? Rico Capital back again for another weekly recap. And what a crazy week it was this week. Of course, it had to be right before Christmas, end of year, end of month, all that. So we're gonna get into it, what happened with the market, some of our trades, and pretty much what I think going forward. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the recap. First thing I want to go over is we knew this week was going to be stacked with news. We had red folder news every single day of this week. And by red folder news, I mean, if you look at the earnings and news in our Discord, you can see that we did have, Monday flash manufacturing PMI, which usually is 15 minutes after market open, which doesn't do too much, especially if there's a lot more coming. So I kind of keep that in mind. We have core retail sales on Tuesday. That didn't really do much except for the retail sector, of course. Wednesday was a big day, right? Wednesday was the Fed meeting, which, was Powell going to cut rates? How much? What was he going to say? Things like that. Huge day was Wednesday. And of course, Thursday GDP was also a pretty big day. GDP news, unemployment claims, just inflation stuff, right? And then Friday we had core PCE, so that was also another one. This week was going to be crazy, and so we knew that going into this week. So we had to really stick to our setups and really kind of, stay on the fly of what could happen. And so that's exactly what we did. So going into this, we see Monday, right? QQQ did gap up here a little bit and kept it pushing. So one thing I kind of was like, I'm going to be looking for this gap fill kind of back down, especially if we have big news where the market's going to try and range. So one of our first plays was SPY. Now, SPY kind of at open, we saw that it does have a bigger gap. We pushed up, we slammed puts, and we came all the way down to that 603, 602 demand right here. So a good, $2, $1.50 move down. We banked on some puts, got stopped out on the rest because they brought it right back up. And as you can see, we came right back up here and then kind of trickled in the close and actually gapped down. And when we gapped down, I knew we were going to eat the rest of this, was exactly at open. We took some SPY puts the next day, of course, at open, and banked on that for the rest of the gap down. Easy stuff. But as this was happening Monday and Tuesday, right, we played that Monday, those puts. Same time QQ, we played some calls for a push up here, scalped that pretty nicely. Another thing was we're looking for high conviction setups, and NVIDIA was something that was completely on my radar. We entered this Monday. We see on Friday here that it was a huge bear flag on the hourly. And so even though the market was green on, Monday, right, pushing up, QQ was pushing up, we saw that NVIDIA was weak. So right at open, we saw that it kind of pushed down. As we're surfing those SPY puts, we took NVIDIA puts as well for the knife right down out of this flag. We got them right here on that break, and I made a whole separate video about this if you want to check that out as well. We pretty much got them on this flag break right here, which was really good because we're up immediately on these for about 30-40%, depending on when you entered after me. I got a decent fill. I know members got way better fill than me, and we went 2 weeks out on this because I knew a good move was coming out of this, and so we wanted to buy ourselves time, which was perfect. We knew that we'd knife into this, we would bear flag, and we would drop to 125 down here. That was my ultimate level. And I posted this in the high conviction setup channel, which is a high conviction, in this channel, I show you, specific plays where they work every single time. It's crazy. But below 131, we went with the 128 put. 127 put will work too. If I wanted them under a certain price, so it's kind of what I was looking at. But big news this week might just be the catalyst for this. Let's see. So we did enter under 131.48, which was right this zone right here. So this right here, as it broke the flag, we entered we entered early knowing we would come down here and we would stay kind of under here, but they tried fighting it as the market kind of pushed up there. So our main target, right, was 129, 128, 127, and then of course 125. And that's what kind of I have on the chart there, which is beautiful. So we held on. It looked like from right here we bounced up. Members were definitely still holding on with me. I didn't sell any. I held on. We got some good plays with SPY, right? We made some money on that. We made some money on scalping on some calls on Q, and now we're holding majority of this. We need to see this through, right? Members are like, what's gonna happen, Rico? Blah blah. This kind of went against us a little bit, but we held strong. And so we saw at close, sellers step right in to close us back in the zone, and that's exactly what we wanted. We pretty much closed near our 130, 148, which is awesome. We closed kind of near break even on the contracts as we entered, Tuesday, and we saw after hours it just sold off there perfectly, kind of pushing down overnight, opened up, and we opened up right, near the 128 level. So we hit our first level, 129, hitting our second one. At open, I told the team I'm going to sell mostly all and then see if we get a stab near 125. Granted, these are 2 weeks out, contracts, so we had plenty of time. It went perfectly in our favor, right? This is one of those situations where we're focused on the trade, not about the money. So right at open, we pushed up a little bit and then just started knifing down. And NVIDIA has been knifing at open the past few days. So I told the team that's what I'm be looking for, that knife down. So we knifed down to 127 as we're kind of pushing, working on this 15 minute candle, and I can get on the 15 to kind of show y'all because that was an hourly. But as we were kind of working on that, I saw that this 15 kind of dried up a little bit, and the second one knifed all the way down. Once it kind of dried up a little, we got that kind of fight on this 15. Once we hit the 127.36, I was all out. We tagged that, I was all out. It came right back, went lower, but it didn't matter for me. I think the market was kind of tough. I know Q and SPY did open up lower, or tried to go a little bit lower that day, which was right here. Remember how we took those right at open puts? So it wasn't too crazy as far as understanding direction, right? We were still in a very good area where we knew that more than likely we're gonna stay down here in this range. So right at open, right, we got those puts that ended up eating the gap right there. Pretty easy, I would say. So going into Wednesday now, Fed meeting, things like that, we had to be careful. So we knew, SPY in the close, we knew that would probably pop up here back in the range. And look how we gapped up again. This is with SPY and Q both gapped up right here back into that range. And so right at open, we took Q puts knowing we'd probably come back down here because we opened up here. So we opened up and immediately knifed down to 533, almost 533 level perfectly. We slammed some puts, wrote it down, banked off that, and kind of just kept it chill, what's going to happen next on the Fed meeting. And so of course, Fed comes out, Powell comes out, cuts rates, right? And so the market completely overreacts. I mean, we knew that it was coming, that exact, rate cut, but we saw a huge sell-off here. QQ dumped from where it was at what, 534 all the way down to 513, 512, $20 move right there. SPY dumped from 603, 602 all the way to 585, 582. Insane. And so we knew going into the next day it's going to be pretty tough. But we were slamming puts the whole time. Right at open, SPY kind of pushed up. It hit our 591. We tagged some puts there and just kept hitting puts as it kind of pushed down there. Nothing too crazy, but we just had to stick with the trend for right now, which was, taking those puts and just keep pressing at the top, risk on up here, risk off down here, and what would happen. SPY and Q were sitting, going to Friday on above huge, gaps, above huge, we had a lot more room to go down, right? SPY was sitting at 587. We knew we could drop to 577. This was an earnings gap, long ago, earnings gap. This was an election gap. From the election, we gapped up. We ate it all the way down here finally. And if we kind of zoom back, we see from there November 6th, November 5th, where we ripped election night, and now we're eating it back up, and that's exactly what we did. So essentially overnight, I was telling the team, Friday, get ready. More than likely, we're going to have a huge sell-off more. Well, overnight, the move happened for us. QQQ was around 510. Yeah, about 510, 514. I knew we'd drop to 505, and we definitely did that perfectly, and hitting all our levels. So this was very interesting, very tough Friday. We knew that, we could go lower because bears are in control right now, but we did close the gap and hold all our levels. So what could happen, right? So right at open, SPY kind of starts pushing up a little bit, and we're trying to see if these supply zones would work. We slammed some SPY puts, kept, trimmed half and had the rest, on our stops, and ended up, stopping out on that SPY. We tried one more round of some cube lottos right up here, and we got a little bit pushed, but not enough. Those stopped out, tight stop, 20%. But we turned around and slammed SPY calls right here for a ride from 586 all the way to 595. I mean, these contracts ran from $100 all the way to $700 each, over 600%. It was absolutely insane. Same time, we slammed some NVIDIAs as we broke above this zone. As we're breaking into the zone, we took some 133s and 134s. Those went in the money as it hit 135 target. I mean, really beautiful stuff. We're swinging some longer date NVIDIAs now as we're kind of bull flagging and breaking up. This is a pretty, realistic week in trading stocks right here, how anything could happen. We were melting up for so long that now we're finally eating some gaps below, in a really healthy way too. We're not too far back off on all-time highs on QQ. We could easily push right back up. But we need to see it. We need to see if bears are completely, back in control, or if this is just kind of like a, dead cat bounce where we knife down and we're just kind of, a little bit of a, bounce, just a relief, and then we come right back down kind of thing. Or if that was just a really healthy pullback and we're just going to keep trucking along. But we're seeing some really good setups here, and we need to see what could happen here. And so I'm ready for Monday. I'm ready to close out this month. We've been on fire all month, and so this was just another test of, are we really traders? Are we really doing this? Are we ready to, pivot at any point? We stuck to our high conviction right on NVIDIA, and we're sticking to, high conviction on other plays as well. But how much are we going to be, sticking to our game plans, and once things are invalidated, are we going to trust that and flip to where we need to be at? I think Friday was just one of those days where, we don't usually go back and forth on direction. We usually nail it every single time. I nail it every single time for the team, but that was just a very tough situation. But we, of course, got banger play. So we went 3 for 5, which fine, I'll take it on a really tough week. And as we're, killing it all throughout the week, I'll take it. I'll take it there. So very tough. We're seeing some good plays going into the week, but this week. I mean, wow, look at just an insane move right here. Puts, any type of puts, banging, working that much is crazy. So a lot of people, I'm sure, made a lot of money. It's trying to short this even in that same moment, which was absolutely crazy. So very intense stuff. So let me go over some member gains throughout the week. Absolutely killing it this week. Just kind of show y'all how we're doing things over here. 28 outs starting off Monday for us. Killing it. 6% on the port. Nice. Blue Dew. 29% on the port. Beautiful. We got Brian. About 57 on the port, killing it on some QQs. Joseph 10% on his. Blue Dew almost 20%. Beautiful. Dart Trader, I don't know what's funny or scary, how close I was getting stops out. Props to Rico for calling out a realistic stop that kept me confident in the trade. Sold right before the bounce too. So beautiful, $220 right there. So of course I tell the team, we're keeping our stops, focusing on our entry, and things like that. So we're protected, we stick to our system, and if it stops us out, fine. If it doesn't, we go and we win, all good. That's how it goes. Sangusi, NVIDIA, killing it right there. SPY puts were scary, but we did it. It was crazy. Nice. Blessed Life showing some gains right there. Nate showing some NVIDIA and SPY gains right there. J Kai 700 right there. That boy Jacques 13% on the account. Menace showing off. Good morning NVIDIA. $969 right there. QQ put in the NVIDIAs for Nate, killing it. Sangusi showing off some beautiful gains, some QQs. Clayton, 18% on the day. Bang. AK-47, NVIDIA puts, killing it. Banger trade, of course. And this is on 3 contracts. Nathan over here, $300 on some NVIDIAs. Blue Do, 15%. I'm showing off some NVIDIA gains as well. Beautiful. Blue Do, 16% right there. Dark Trader, the one time I don't size up, great play, Rico. And that was beautiful right there on the NVIDIAs. The director showing off some QQ stuff right there. Awesome. QQ call for CJS. Director getting seconds. Nice. Anthony up 15% on the day. Christian right there, 1.3 right there. Beautiful, almost 1,400. Beautiful. That boy Jacques showing off some QQQ gains. Stops are set for Joseph, almost 20% on his account. Loudmouth showing off some beautiful Tesla gains. He caught the dip on that on one of those days, and it was scary stuff, but man, he killed that. There we go. Dolphin, 28% on the day. Beautiful. Menace showing off some QQ puts. Sangusi, $255 right there. Small gains, but I'm off today. You're going to enjoy it, Joseph. And that's all. That's what it's about right there. Make some money, enjoying your day. That's what it is. Sniping School, Sangusi, welcome to Sniping School. He's up for the past month, obviously 168%, 1,300 from starting with us. I mean, he's been killing it. Welcome to Rico Capital. So Anthony, almost 8% on the day. Beautiful. Almost 8% for Blue Do as well. I was chilling at 13%. Last 2 weeks with the fellas, Ocho showing off some beautiful gains right there. He's up 4K, almost 5K, just straight booming right there. Beautiful. ET in the winning column showing off some beautiful gains right there. He went crazy on SPY puts. I mean, you can see it right there. 690, 380, 255, 61, 849, 101. Almost 2K, more than 2K there. More than 2K, showing off 60, 199, 115. And then an Octoplay, 151. Beautiful. CJS showing off some beautiful SPY call, $360 right there. Anthony, 10% on the day. Loving that. Nate showing you the bad and the good. Overall green. Got in late out on call, stopped out. Puts were a W today. Done and see y'all tomorrow, right? So showing off some gains. Beautiful stuff right there. Dark Trader up $400. Caught some action on SPY puts, bought it around. Nice. Small wins, but I'll take it. Soul Sandals showing off some beautiful wins right there. I'm showing off some gains as well. Nate, round 3, we're short and crazy on SPY that day. Luke, about 15% on the day for him. Beautiful. Zero DT making me, when you're trading some zero DT, how crazy that is. About $230 right there. Blue Do, 11%. Beautiful. SPY zone to zone. Berg showing off some money right there. ET, $89 on BITO. We caught a good BITO play, shorting like a Bitcoin ETF. It was pretty nice. SPY, $640, 433 right there. Easy over 1,000 right there. 78% on the day on range. Berg's killing it right there. Bang, showing off about $500 on rotations. Nice. Anthony caught some bad plays right there. Down about $300. Pretty rough, crazy put calls. Yeah, it was pretty rough on there. Joseph about 4,000 up on the day. Nice. SPY and NVIDIA normal size saved me 17% on Friday for me. Oof, that was tough. Soul Sandals showing off some gains right there. Beautiful. This morning I had a SPY call, which probably almost went 1,400%. I was trying to sell puts, but it made me sell its calls. He's switching over to Webull. He's showing a little bit of that right there. I'm showing off some of the SPYs as well. Nice recovery on the count. Great call, Rico, as always. Appreciate that, Nathan. Blue Do 8% on the day. Blue Do showing off 32% on the day. He went for more. So ending there for Blue Do on the week. Beautiful stuff. And crazy week. I mean, this week was not normal, to say the least. And I don't expect it to be like that until, maybe January, get back to some normal stuff. But, we'll see. We're still in a news-driven market, and this is why we got to be diligent going into some of these, news, things like that. It's very tough, right? But we have the zones, and we're navigating it pretty perfectly over here at Rico Capital. So that's the recap. I really hope if you guys enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you want to join the team, wap.com/Rico Capital. Insane week for us. But we keep it moving. You got to live to see another day, to trade another day, so you can make those millions. So appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next recap.